Yeah.
You know, Superfly was on there too, man.
Superfly showed his ass.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, hold on. Before we go any further, Superfly is a fucking problem.
Yes.
Superfly the fucking
Let's
problem.
just identify that real quick.
Real quick.
Noted.
Superfly is not going to play any games with his pen, with his delivery, with his flex, none of that shit when it's time for him to show up when in the booth. He's always going to come through. So if you come in there lollygagging with Fly on some shit, he going to park you.
He going to park you.
For real.
He going to low-key park you. Yeah.
Yeah, Superfly is swag master. He swags. His cadence is so swagged out, it's crazy.
And like you say, everybody brought their own element to the table. You know what I'm saying? You know, from everybody that was on that roll call, that studio roll call.
Right.
Yeah, everybody went there, man, and did what they were supposed to do, man. I had a ball making that song. You know, I think that was shit. I think that's probably about the third or fourth album I'd appeared on.
Nice.
Something like that.
Nice.
And shout out to Kurupt the Kingpin for always including me on shit like 95% of his projects, and you know, still fuck with him to this day, man. That's little bro, love him to death.
Word up.
Yeah.
You know, Superfly was on there too, man.
Superfly showed his ass.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, hold on. Before we go any further, Superfly is a fucking problem.
Yes.
Superfly the fucking
Let's
problem.
just identify that real quick.
Real quick.
Noted.
Superfly is not going to play any games with his pen, with his delivery, with his flex, none of that shit when it's time for him to show up when in the booth. He's always going to come through. So if you come in there lollygagging with Fly on some shit, he going to park you.
He going to park you.
For real.
He going to low-key park you. Yeah.
Superfly swag master. He swags. His cadence is so swagged out, it's crazy. Yeah,
And he be saying some hard shit.
Down shit, pound shit, gangster, whatever. His how he separates words.
Yes.
And with the Fly pimp style that he delivers, it's like Fly. He in the class by himself. He's style wise the closest one I would probably compare him with is Snoop.
Right.
Because they both smooth and they know how to play with the words. You know what I'm saying? And use shit that you're not accustomed to hearing.
Yeah.
Phrases and you
that
know
part.
And patterns that you're not really accustomed to.
And I thought that he might have got that from being a musician too.
Maybe.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
He produces, so
He
know
produced
that
like a-
advantage.
Man, he produced like
He
a
got
mug.
fingers. He
did.
got fingers.
Yeah.
So you know how it is. You find in different pockets. Like if I just want to put a little stab in a beat, boom. I just want to put that. I'm gonna find different pockets to play little pieces, chord progressions, all that. All that shit count in rap too.
It does.
You know what I'm saying?
It does.
All that shit count in rap. So yeah, shout out Superfly, very underrated. I felt like as I watched Kanye West progress, I felt like Superfly had that same talent.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? I felt every time I seen the progression of Kanye and, you know, his talent and producing and rapping and orchestrating songs and, you know, everything he was doing, I always be like, yo, Superfly can do that too.
Because he also writes R&B as well.
Yeah, he writes. I mean, he's a creative. So
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's very talented. Very talented. And yeah, he did his thing on the jam, you know what I mean? It was a nice posse cut to be included on and for everybody to do their thing and for it to come out like that. I was like, yeah, got some more Trey D shit to ride too.
you feel me?
You know what I mean? And then came the title track.
Bro, 1,000,000 times I played this.
The streets is a mother.
Do it put you in what kind? It put you in a whole different kind of like atmosphere, don't it?
Yeah.
Because it's a serious cut, but it's not so serious to where it's not entertaining.
Right. It's still like a It's like a single.
Didn't Big Pimpin' open that up? Didn't Big Pimpin' open that up?
Big Pimpin', rest in peace,
Rest
open
in
that
peace.
up. Yes, sir. Big Pimpin'.
Yeah.
I saw Lil Pimpin' in Vegas not too long ago. Shout out Lil Pimpin'.
Shout out Lil Pimpin'. That's bro, Trey.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's bro.
I played this song so many times. You know what I mean? Like,
Who is that singing on?
the
That's
streets,
Black
it's a
Tobin on there, huh?
motherfucker. Dope gang, rock gang,
Yeah,
back for sure.
keep it doing.
Hey, no, man, listen. I seen it before. 44s explode, niggas slam, flow.
That style was retarded, wasn't it? That style was retarded. Yeah.
Yo, like,
Yeah.
that was one of my favorite joints on the whole joint. And then, you know, I was at the video shoot.
Cash,
Did that video
my
ever
first
come out?
words and my last. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
Because I was at the video shoot for that joint, but I don't know if that
Where was
video
it at?
came out.
Where was it at?
I remember we was by that that famous painting on Crenshaw.
Okay.
It's a wall.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We was right there. Yeah, we was in LA, man. I remember that shit because, you know, I had brought a couple homies with me, you know, to kind of like let them see how it is to see a rap video get, you know, put together and all that
Like
kind of
we
shit.
do. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And man, that was my joint. Like, nigga. Hey, even I was like, even Daz wasn't playing on that joint.
Nah, he wasn't.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Struggle with air running, I'll rip you apart. In my veins, in my heart, for the drama to start.
Yeah, they was on.
Daddy, just let you run your spy. I was like, whoa, these boys getting me amped up.
Yeah.
Hey, I love that energy. It's like, I gotta go write some shit. Did you hear this?
That shit was so hard. That's a hard title track. Yo, so back in the day before Snoop got signed, didn't he have some kind of song called Long Beach is a Motherfucker? Mm-hmm. So do you think that kind of influenced that? Streets is a motherfucker? Long Beach is a motherfucker.
Well, you know, a lot of shit is a motherfucker.
It is, but I mean, that's coming out the same click.
I mean, yeah, it could, but you know, I think Dog did that. Long Beach is a motherfucker. I think he did. I can't remember what beat he did that off of, but I think it was more
different
kind of
bounce.
like, yeah, it was bounce.
It had a different bounce.
It wasn't dark. Streets is a mother is dark.
It's
dark, but it's bumping dark.
It's bumping to this day dark.
Yeah.
You know, cause they look, y'all know me. I'm finna holler about these narratives. You know, I'm the narrative killer. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They always, that album didn't age well, or this album didn't age. No, not this one in particular.
Yeah.
They love to talk about what did not age well. This shit is still fresh out the oven. Go play it right now. And it dropped the same day that the Chronic 2001 dropped. And it stood tall.
It did. He was bold for that. And he had Dr. Dre on this motherfucker with Hoes a Housewife.
That
and
part.
Man.
Sure did.
That part.
Sure
I
did.
love that intro on Hoes, Can't Turn a Hoe to a Housewife. I love the intro where he's talking on the phone with Dre because little interactions like that show, you know, their friendship outside of the music.
Right.
Exactly.
You feel me?
And it showed how large of a presence that Kurupt had on the stage as far as him being able to even interact with Dre and call him on the phone like that and for them to fuck around. True, he brought Dog out. You know, he collaborated on some of the Dog Pound music. But for him to allow... You know, we always used to try to get each other with this dick and these nuts. You know, who? You couldn't say who around at a certain point in time because nigga go play you. You know what I mean? So for Dr. Dre to allow Kurupt to use that on his album.
Yes.
And not feel like, you know, oh man, I don't nigga gonna play with me like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
no
yeah.
shit like that.
Right.
It showed how solid and down to earth a motherfucker that Dr. Dre was at the same time.
And that's what I loved about the interlude, the intro interlude, because I feel like all too often, sometimes it is just a song. We might get lost in the sauce and we don't get no behind the scenes insider look at the relationships between the people who make the music.
Skits
you know
are
what I'm
very
saying?
important in that regard.
Yes, sir. And that was just a dope thing. And then they both had that joint on their albums, but it was like different versions, but it was basically the same song was on that album and on the 2001. I'm like, I said, yo, DR is fucking with Kurupt. I don't care what nobody say.
Heavy.
He's fucking with Kurupt heavy.
Yeah, you know he messed with talent.
Yes.
Lyrical talent.
That's what he does.
That's what he does. He keep that lyrical talent close.
That part.
And he always deals with them. You know. Salute to
Nowadays you can't trust nobody. Everybody, motherfucker can't trust nobody. That had a cold energy to it too. Yeah.
Can't trust nobody.
I like the ride of the album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't all, go get 'em, and it wasn't all boom bap.
Right.
And
18 joints on there.
man,
though. He was in that space.
That's what we was doing then, though. You had
real.
to put at least.
You want a whole nother song?
You had to put
ain't
at least
about
60.
you.
Oh yeah, we was clowning on that.
Yeah, let's
Superfly and Trey
let's
Deee.
talk about that one real quick. Let's talk
Fred Wreck was on the intro to that. He said, Kurupt, what was that? What was that you was on? I was like, do. He said, oh yeah, Superfly made it or something like that. He was like, oh yeah, that shit hard. And like you said, that it's just a little small conversation, but it makes the album more intimate because it includes you in the behind the scenes and the making of.
Right.
You know what I mean? He just receiving a call from the producer, or another producer giving him props on the production and like, man, I like that shit, bang that shit. And they called me up for that one too. And what was funny about this one was it was kind of like complicated for me to get the timing to say the hook because I'm not used to saying I don't got no money. You know what I mean? So it was like the hook is gonna be,
So there ain't no cap in my rap.
Oh my God.
So the hook was are you treating? Yeah, all right, but I ain't got no money or something like that. So I had to say that. And Superfly was just dying at how I said it. So I said, we gonna keep that right there. So it was just all about like flexing your lyrical style, but at the same time, your swag. You know what I mean? And we had a great time creating that. Next to Kurupt and Superfly, you talking about swagging. It was a real test of my penmanship. It was a test of my penmanship, and everybody did their thing on there. It's a fun song, you know what I'm saying? And everybody came off on that motherfucker.
Do you remember any of the studios that some of this was recorded in? I know we did Step Up in Sound Castle Studio.
Yeah, we did a few of these joints in Sound Castle. I think the two joints I'm on, we did at Sound Castle.
I think he recorded. You know how they used to block out time.
Well, Echo Sound right around the corner, so you could be here or there. You know what I mean?
But if you back then, you had the reels and all that kind of stuff, you might as well have everything in one place.
True.
So it didn't make no sense.
Yeah, he did a lot of that.
Yeah, but he
did a lot of that then in Sound Castle.
Yeah, but if a label is like, okay, you're gonna work on this project,
they're gonna lock you out. Yeah, they're gonna block you out.
You just record your whole project.
Yeah, they're gonna block you out at that joint. Skip Sailor was a joint that we used to get down that Music Grinder, Enterprise.
Yeah, that's for I'm just asking for all my real super fans of Kurupt. You know what I'm saying? That want to know where some of these masterpieces were put together. If you go look up Sound Castle recording, on Google, you can learn about the studio that, this classic album was created in.
Oh, it was heat made then. Yeah, it was real heat being made.